Hello everyone, Robe here, or RobeTheMatoran, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to. This is my review of Avengers Tower, set number 76269. Piece count is 5,201, and this is an 18 plus set of course, and this set retails for $500, and I am not sponsored by LEGO. Just looking outside the box, and this box is massive, of course it is, for $500. This thing better be huge, but there's just a lot to look at right here, like even outside the box, because it's like there's stuff on the side, of course, top and bottom of the box. In the back of the box, you just get a whole bunch of images of just all different scenes you can play in the tower, and all the functionality, all the stuff you can remove off, like all these panels, the big window piece in the front, and then on the side there's just another good look at the tower. And just on the front and the back, there's just the display of like all the minifigs around the tower, and we're gonna obviously look at that as soon as I get there. Looking at the top of the box, you get a whopping 29 minifigures, including Big Fig Hulk, Dummy, and a microfig of Ant-Man, and it is crazy to see that many minifigs in a single set. I think this is the set that has the most amount of minifigs, like period, in a set ever released. That is crazy. A brief opening of the box, you're greeted with an amazing little artwork at the top. I did not expect that opening this setup, but it's really nice that they included that in here. Finally getting around to unboxing this thing. This thing has a lot of bags, obviously, and it has a huge freaking box inside of it. A box within a box. You know, my favorite kind of thing when I unbox a big Lego set is getting another box inside. And this set includes 39 numbered bags, but 41 actual bags, including a 32 by 32 base plate, 2 sticker sheets, and an extra little cape and wing piece for obviously Vision and Wasp. So there you go. I know a lot of people don't really like the sticker sheets, but honestly, I don't mind them too much, and especially in a big set like this, because you really won't get a lot of the detail without it, and they're just nice little add-ons, of course, because, you know, obviously you don't have to use them, but obviously I like to use them. The only thing I don't like is the clear stickers. I think that is where the problem really begins, because that is honestly a nightmare if you do not know how to do it right. And I am not the greatest with stickers, I swear. I try my best, but I kind of suck with them. So unfortunately, that's the only thing I don't like is the clear stickers. You also get 3 identical instruction manuals. On the back, it's slightly different. Each instruction manual, it just says Stark, and then at the second one it starts to break off the letters, kind of like in the movie, and then by the end it's just the A that's standing on the final instruction manual. So that's pretty neat. And inside those instructions, at least one of them, that you get some info about the set and of course the design and all that good stuff. So it's a lot of neat information. And then throughout the instructions, there's a little like snippets of stuff, why they use certain pieces or parts in a set, and it's a little funny joke in there they include. I'll mention it a little bit later, but yeah, it's just some simple stuff. I mean, if you want to read it, pause the video. After 16 hours of long building, the Avengers Tower is finished, and it is truly a marvel to look at. Come on, I had to do that. So this set scales to 3 feet tall. It is truly like a really tall vertical set, and from head to toe there is decked out with crazy amount of detail from top to bottom. There's a lot to go over in this set. There's a lot. There's 5 floors, I believe, and then you have little stuff at the top. It's a whole lot I have to go through, but we're gonna get through it level by level. Taking the first look at the very bottom level of the tower, which is the bottom, literally where the door is at, and there's a lot of fun little stuff around. So the first thing is that, of course, on the side of the building there is the little pins that's sticking out, so it's a modular build. You can attach it to other sets like the Sanctum Sanctorum or the Daily Bugle. I couldn't even think of the name, but yeah, you can do all that. Unfortunately, I don't have the Sanctum Sanctorum no more, or even had the Daily Bugle, so I will not be getting to that, unfortunately. So I won't be able to really like do the modular thing. But anyway, looking at the actual fine detail, we have a little green trash can that has some gum in it. So it's kind of funny because at the bottom of the little bench on the side, there's some pink gum at the bottom, so that's a really nice little fun little thing to have. It's really gross, but still it's accurate because people do that nasty stuff. So just on the left side of it, you are greeted with the Battle of New York Memorial, which this was featured in the Hawkeye show. I never watched it, but it have all the names of the Avengers who were fighting that day. So that's a really nice little detail. And of course that's a sticker, it's no print, but I think it looks good. Like, you almost can't really tell it's a sticker. It blends in super well, so I think that's really good, of course. And looking at the back, there's a little tile piece with Nick Fury's little pager to call Captain Marvel after he get poofed away by Thanos. And further along, you get to this door that has a little sticker print on it. It looks really good. And a little box, a little box. I've seen this in the Sectum Sanctorum set, so I think it's supposed to just reference that. And just a trash can with some pin particles. It looks like a piece of celery and a sticker, or a tile with a sticker on it. It looks like a cheeseburger or something. I don't know what it is, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. So it's pretty cool, little neat little stuff in there in a trash can as far as that goes. To access this behemoth, you just pull off this huge big window piece that you built along the way. Of course, that's like one of the last things you build, and you just kind of just pull that off. It's not really attached to too many things. You just pull that thing right off, and it's pretty easy to get in there. And the first floor, it's pretty spacious because my hands are pretty darn huge, and it can fit in there pretty good without any real trouble, honestly. So that's really good. And the first thing we're going to look at in there is the chairs. You can fit obviously any minifig in a chair because it's just 2 chairs they got right there. So that's really nice right there. So, got some chair space. And there is a pop machine where it's called Pita Rush. I forgot the name, but it's just a little machine. It has a sticker on it, a clear sticker. One of the things I hate the most, and it can almost work, but not quite. Obviously you have to open the whole thing to pour out the little can, but not too crazy. It's just the fact of it looks like it can work, and it's really nice. And in the middle of the floor, there's just the Tesseract sitting there. It's kind of funny. It's just sitting right there, waiting for anyone to just grab. But there's a Tesseract. And moving a bit further up, there is a little, receptionist table or desk where, just get a little computer and a keyboard, printed tile piece, so a little keyboard and the computer, and nothing too fancy about that. So just simple build. And then right on the side of that, there is the elevator. It looks so good, and I'm glad they included that, of course. It doesn't work. Obviously, it's no functioning elevator. That would take a whole slew of more pieces to do. But honestly, I think it just looks good. It looks like it can work, and that's really the important part. So I say that's a pretty good design. In the next floor, we get one of the coolest builds in the entire set is this glass bridge where the Captain America's or Steve Rogers face off, and you just, you can have him duking out right there, and it's a broken glass at the bottom, and there's this little black piece where you could put any minifig on, but specifically Captain America on, and you can create the infamous scene of "That's America's ass." And they made a little joke about that in the instructions. It was saying, as far as we're concerned, that's America's tube sign. And I think it's like the funniest thing. Like, actually pretty funny. I usually don't care for Lego brand humor, but that's pretty funny. Looking a bit further in that room, you just get a little sticker where it just shows the Mark 7 being, I guess, deployed for Iron Man, well, Tony, when he's falling out the building. Of course, I'll get to that a little bit later. And other things in the room is just some 2 chairs, and I think this is supposed to be like the office area or laboratory, I should say, for Bruce and Tony in Age of Ultron, I believe. And the reason why I say that, because there's literally further up, there's a clear Lego rock and a little like cylinder, little like orange tile piece that's supposed to represent Jarvis and Ultron in there, and that's kind of why I'm thinking it's probably that laboratory room area. And there's a little sticker in there with Iron Man helmet and I think the arc reactor, and looks like an infinity stone in there. So there's a couple of stuff in there, and it's a little barren. It's not too much in there, so yeah, that's about it. Next floor up, you just get now to the, I guess, Iron Man workstation, because you have dummy in here, and there's a little spot for you can put the Iron Man suit at, and there's just a bunch of little stuff in here. There's a little arc reactor. I think that's supposed to be a little representation of I have a heart, I think is a reference. I can't think of the quote, but basically it's supposed to be that. And then there's a drawer, well, two drawers actually, where there's one at the bottom, it's a $100 bill, and the other one has a cookie. I don't get the reference of that, but whatever. Anyway, there is a couple of stickers, like a lot of stickers actually at the top. You feel free to tell me what those are, because I don't get the reference to all of these stickers. Now, I did notice the one where it's obviously, it has, I forgot the suit that was for Pepper Potts. I forgot the actual like name of that suit. I don't remember, but that's the sticker of like the little hologram sticker piece for. And there's a little trash container or whatever that is that has Roxxon on it. There's a sticker like a blueprints of Ultron at the bottom, which I think that's like the coolest one in here. Next floor up is the prison cell for Loki, even though this was supposed to be in the helicarrier, and obviously this isn't it. But they decided to include it in the set regardless, and well, I think it works, even though it wasn't there at all, but it looks good. And you know, you can place them in there and it looks pretty good. I definitely do enjoy that. And there is a little sticker or newspaper at the bottom right beside it that says "Who is Iron Man?" So that's really cool. And in the back there is another print or sticker of Zemo, which he really wasn't there. I don't even know why they even have him here, but they decided to include him in the set just to reference him. So I mean, that's cool. And on the far right where the elevator is at, there's like a whole bunch of like caution tape or whatever, and there's like a no Hulk symbol on there, and it's like there's like a hole in it, like you punched it or something, and it looks really crazy. And I really like that sticker. That's like one of the best stickers. Like it works, and unfortunately you can't really see it because, well, you wouldn't mostly see it unless you move the whole prison cell to even see it. So yeah, I had to do all that just so you can see all that. At the final floor or level, whatever, is the landing pad where you can put the Quinjet in, and there is obviously another room in there where there's, you know, the main room in Age of Ultron where they're all trying to lift Thor's hammer, and you know, to varying success. So there's a bunch of stuff. The sticker on the right is just Hulk smashing again, and then on the other side there's a sticker of how to lift in Asgard or something like that. It's pretty crazy. And then at the bottom, or just the bottom, what's at the floor is there's a couch, there's Thor's hammer, a table, a picture where it says the Battle of New York, and then in the back there is a bar where it's some milk and some alcohol and possibly some water, but come on, it's a bar, what else is there? And there's an opalescent little like window piece in the back. It looks opalescent or iridescent, I don't know which one, but it looks really good back there. You can see it. So, and there's a little lamp on the side, also good, and a plant. And above that there is a sticker where there's the infamous part where Hulk smashes Loki in the ground several times, and there's a sticker for it, and I think that's absolutely hilarious. And on the side there's just a little ring or whatever, I don't know the reference of that. It's just a little cabinet thing, and there's a little sticker in the back, or little tile piece with a sticker on it, and it's supposed to be reference to the first Avengers comic book. It's a sticker of that actually, and you know, it's a really nice touch. They added that in. I wasn't expecting it, of course, but it's really cool how they did that, and it looks pretty close to the actual cover of the comic, obviously just Legofied, but yeah, really nice they did that. Access that top area, you just have to move a couple panels actually. It's just a little piece with some glass, and there's this little flexy little part where it has a bunch of tiles but has this flex tube in it. And to all my Bionicle fans, you should know what that piece is. It's a piece that belongs to like the Xenofield launchers, the little rubberized part. You know, if you're a Bionicle fan, you know what piece I'm talking about. It's that piece but in black. It looks really cool. I really like it. And you flip that little top panel thing up there to get access, and there you go, you're in. And moving up just a bit, we get to Loki's scepter, and there's a bunch of stickers and tiles. Well, tiles and sticker pieces. I say a bunch of tiles, but really just stickers That's at the bit at the top and the little computer screen. I don't get the references at the top. I think it says Jarvis or something up there, so it's obviously that, but I don't get the actual reference, so sorry, I don't know. Very tippity top, there is a little spot where it's the little device with the supposed to be the tesseract in it, shooting out the little portal for the Chitauri to come through. And yes, you can stick a minifig up there, so I did try. Now, finally, the tower is done. We can finally get into the side build and minifigs. We'll start off with the side builds, of course. First thing to check out is just the little Chitauri little carrier and chariot, which you build two of those things, and then you get the little chariot on top, carriage thing on top for Loki to ride in, and the Chitauri just to be riding, riding him. I'm not riding him, but taking him along is what I'm trying to say with the little carriage thing. So pretty simple build, nothing too fancy. There's just a lot of gold bits. I do like the little drum lacquer gold piece in the front of the two little vehicles there, which you can I don't know what you can do with it, but you have it. But it's not big enough for where like Black Widow could just jump on top and kind of ride it along with them. Not really. It's not really enough space for that. It's kind of like a one-seater kind of thing, so only one person can fit on it at a time, unfortunately. So that is the downfall of that. And we get to the Leviathan, and this is definitely my personal favorite side build of the set because it's just so cool looking, because like all the spikes and claw and all the pieces it takes, it looks so cool, and there's just a lot of detail going on with this thing. It's not as big as I thought it would be. I was hoping to be a little bit bigger, but I think it's still pretty decently sized. It's still it's bigger than the average minifig, and it's obviously it just looks so cool. Now, I did find it a little weird that it is a bit more gold than I initially thought, because in the movie it's like way dark. It's like way drained out, depraved of any real color going on. It's like a hint of gold, but it's mostly kind of gray. But I do appreciate there's more color in the actual Lego version. I didn't really care for it in the movies, but in the Lego version, I think it looks great. And there's a ton of articulation you can do with the tail and with the flapping fins, I guess, because kind of reminds me of a fish a little bit. But yeah, it's a lot of articulation going on. I did not mention, and I did not have any footage of it, but the tail kind of does troop down a lot when you try to move it. So there is a bit of a problem with that. So you can't really pose it any way you want. It's kind of always going to kind of sag a little bit, like a lot. So yeah, that's the only thing I had a problem with it. But other than that, it's really good. And next we have the Quinjet, and it's a pretty nice build. It's a nice little micro version of the $100 one that they just released not too long ago. And seeing it side by side, it's a pretty nice. It's obviously the $100 one's way bigger, but it wouldn't really fit the scale of the tower. So honestly, it's kind of like we needed. I guess a Quinjet would look right in this, and kind of needed one for the set, and it's just it needed it, and it looks good. It's decent. It's decently sized. It can only fit one minifig though, unfortunately. That's the only real like downside. It's only can fit one minifig, and no, I hear a lot of people say that you can only fit Nick Fury in there because he doesn't have a hairpiece or whatever. But I had no trouble putting in Black Widow, and she has obviously a hairpiece, a pretty like kind of like outward one, and I didn't have really any real trouble. So I really don't know what anyone's talking about with that. This Quinjet can fit into the tower, and you can actually push it in, so it can actually go like way in there. So you can actually like dock it into the tower. That's a nice feature that it can do, and I really like it. Got a whole bunch of minifigs from right to left. These are all the new ones, and then on the other side there is the not exclusive ones, I should say. I'm gonna go through this real quick because there's a lot of minifigs to go through. So let's get it started. The first one is just a Atari minifig. You get 4 of them in this set. We've seen these minifigs about 1,000 times. The same design, the same model. We've seen it 100 times over. There's nothing new to talk about. I don't even care for it. It's just they had to put it in this set because it's Avengers 1 specifically. So they put it in. There you go. Next one is the Mark 7 Iron Suit. We just seen this in the Quinjet set, so this is no longer really exclusive. So it's a nice minifig. Got a lot of nice detail, of course, but Nothing particularly too special because we already seen it. And for the last minifig for this section, there is the Tony Stark, and we seen this set. I don't know specifically where, but it's nothing too fancy. He just has some gray pants. He has a little like metal rock band shirt on. He has a little like neck, little back thing because that's the part where you have to use for he connect to the little. It can connect to the clear piece for he can go on the tower. But yeah, that's really about it. It's a Tony Stark. You've seen it before. Nothing fancy. And we get a War Machine. Nothing too fancy. We've seen a War Machine before. This is, and heck, this design is specifically from Age of Ultron. So this is not even a one for. Was he even in the first Avengers movie? I don't think he was, or at least I don't think he played a pivotal part in it. I don't recall. I don't remember. But it's something super simple, and of course he has a face underneath the helmet, but no second face. So yeah, they kind of didn't really give him too much with this. And the next one is just Nick Fury. We see him in a couple of sets, a whole bunch of sets. Nothing fancy. We've seen this exact model for a couple years now, I believe, and nothing too crazy. Next one is Pepper Potts, and doesn't I don't really know. I don't really know what's exclusive about her. I think we've seen this out before. I think the only real difference is the hairpiece, I believe, and other than that, she is the same one we've seen before. So I'm not too crazy about her anyway, and it's just a pretty average minifig. Next up is Captain America, and we've seen this set in the Quinjet set and a few other sets. It's just the classic Captain America. Nothing fancy, nothing new, just same old Captain America, Steve Rogers. He just have his hair out and face. And the next figure is another Captain America, just now with the full cowl on his head, and he has the little like chin strap on, and that's really about it with the two differences between them. Other than that, these are minifigs we've seen in other sets, and two are really in this set, so they're not even exclusive to each other because they're really the same figure, practically, except for the cowl and technically the head. But that's really about it. And the next one is Wong, and we know we've seen this one a couple of times now. The same design of Wong. He was once exclusive, but then they put him in the Second Sectorum in I think another set, and then now this one. So I don't even know why he's even here. Why are you here, Wong? Why are you even here? Next up is Loki. We just get just a regular Loki. He was in the Quinjet set. A really nice minifig. Really like the golden helmet, and the little like staff piece he has is really good. Definitely do enjoy that. I think that's a really good piece. He has a nice cape and some nice detailing. Next up is Scarlet Witch. Unfortunately, I did not have the footage to get Thor. I don't know what happened to him, so he's just the same one in the Quinjet set, just a different hairpiece, but same face and everything else. But Scarlet Witch, she just gets just the same outfit she had, and I don't know what outfit this is supposed to be representative of. I have no idea. It's just an outfit that she has, so I think we've seen this in the previous set. I think this is supposed to be in-game, actually. I think this is in-game, so. And we get 3 shield agents with all 3 different faces. Nothing, it's good. They have a pretty good design, They're pretty good. They're all the same. Those 3 of them, you get 3 in this set. One including a Tony Stark with, I have Ant-Man with him as well, so you have the microfig Ant-Man and you just have a Tony Stark face, but you can easily change that face out and just put any figure in and have 3 shield agents. So that's good that they included that, so you can have some shield agents. So that's good. Next up is Black Widow, and she's only exclusive only because of the leg printing. But the only thing is she has leg printing, but she shares that leg printing with Hawkeye, and Hawkeye is pretty good. They're just a bit of a younger face for him for Avengers, because the one you get in the CMS line, he's a bit older looking, which he obviously is, but in this he's a bit younger. He only has one face though. He does not have a second face, so that's unfortunate with that. And you get Falcon, which I believe is actually exclusive and everything, except for the legs, because they all 3 share the same legs. I mean, it's exclusive to the set, but they all have the same leg printing. But Falcon has a pretty good design. He has a bunch of stickers for his wings. I'm a bit annoyed by that. That's the one thing I'm like, I just wasn't a huge fan of, but regardless, that's just what it is. And next up we have Wasp, and Wasp is a pretty good figure. I have a nice decent helmet, and the wings are pretty good. It's all plasticky, so it looks pretty decent. And her face, she shares the same face with Pepper Potts in this set, so it's kind of weird to have the exact same face. She does come with a hairpiece, but yeah. So they share the exact same face. I think that's kind of weird. That's odd, but that's just what they decided to do. We get a really cool Iron Man Mark 6 battle damage outfit or armor set. It's, the actually only unique exclusive part of this set. One of the few exclusive, really actually exclusive minifigs, not just a reused minifig multiple times in the set. So he actually is pretty exclusive. It's pretty nice to have like a battle damage version of Mark 6, and it looks really good. It's pretty decent. And yeah, it's just Mark 6 argument. Next up is Ultron, and he is a crazy design with all these crazy amount of detail. He is decked out in detail, like head to toe. He is detailed, and I definitely do enjoy that. I think that is like one of the coolest things that he definitely has, or a thing about him. He's purely exclusive for this set, and I like it. I think this is a really good one. I think they really Lego knocked themselves out of the park with really just knocked this one out of the park because this is a good one. So good job, Lego. Next up is the regular people civilian minifigs, which I'm not too crazy about. So you have Dr. Cho, and she was in Age of Ultron, I believe. I'm thinking another movie, I just can't think, but yeah, she's pretty alright. Nothing too exclusively crazy good about her. I mean, just kind of whatever. I mean, just she just has a doctor nurse outfit, so yeah. And next up is Eric Selvig, and I personally don't really care for his minifig. He's pretty bare bones basic. I think he has the same face as he has the same face as I don't know his name from Andor because it's the same actor, so that's cool. So keep it consistent. That's good. And we have Alexander Pierce, and I know a lot of people wanted this minifig for whatever reason, but I don't really care for him. Honestly, it's kind of funny that his face is just Belloc's face from the Indiana Jones set, so there's nothing technically exclusive about him. I guess his suit is exclusive, but his face and hairpiece most certainly isn't. I mean, there's nothing too exclusive about him. He's just a regular guy in a suit, so not too crazy fond about him, but yeah, whatever. Next up is my personal favorite minifig of the entire all these minifigs. My favorite one is Vision, and he looks amazing, like crazy amount of detail. And he has this plastic cape, and it's translucent a little bit at the bottom, and all these detail on it. It's so good. And then he has the translucent legs and stuff. It's like, my God, Lego, seriously. When they really want to put some effort into the minifigs, they really can. I just don't know why they don't do that. Please, Lego, just do that. Do more of this. Why not just do more of this? But regardless, it's a great minifig. I think this is like the main highlight. This is the main one. When I saw this set, I was like, I didn't really care for it. This one, when I saw Vision, I was like, I have to get it now. Yes. He's not the only reason why I got the set, but he is definitely a factor of it. And last and certainly not least, we get Kevin Feige, legit Kevin Feige in this set. And it's kind of crazy that they just put him in this set because they just said, hey, let's put him in here. And I think that's kind of quite funny. He has just a little hat with the Avengers A on his hat and just a little blue like suit jacket and just a black collared shirt, black pants, just pretty regular minifig. He has a little like cup of wherever drink in his hand. He has a shawarma in his other hand, so really good minifig. I mean, I'm not too crazy about it, just Kevin Feige, but hey, it's nice that they include him in here. And who could forget about the lovable big green guy himself, Hulk? And he is just good. Just another great big fig, because I used to not like big figs, but until the compound set, the Avengers compound set and Endgame came out with the new big fig Thanos, I didn't really care for big figs, but now that they introduced that new head and you can actually stick something on the head, it's not just one giant mold and all you can do is move the arms. You can pose the head in any way that you like, and that's really good. And you can remove the hairpiece. This is the first big wig hairpiece, and I think that's really good because now this potentially can open up the idea for other big figs and other kind of stuff, like probably get like a Red Hulk or whatever else. I mean, the possibilities are limitless actually on this, so I really do enjoy that. Unfortunately, this set did not include a Bruce Banner, which I think that was a missed opportunity. So I do have a Bruce Banner. This is in a $50 set that is still on shelves. It's the Hulkbuster set in Infinity War, so you can get this still. So it's not like he's completely an impossibility to get. You gotta buy them online or something. No, you can still buy them in stores. So there is a Bruce Banner. So unfortunately, he's just not included in the set. That's all I wish he was. But I have him, so I can just put him in the set. So there you go. And along with the Big Fig Hulk, like I said, you can remove the hairpiece and you can put it on any Big Fig figure. So the folks at home can now make your very own cursed Thanos. You're welcome, Internet. And I wanted to show one final shot of everything put together. All the minifigs are attached to the tower, and it looks so good. I'm so glad that they included all these extra little clear pieces so you can actually attach them to the main tower, so it's not like, okay, they could just stand around and stuff. So this is all included in the set. Of course, you already know that, and it just looks so good. You get to make all these crazy different scenes in this set, and it's so good. I mean, I think they really outdid themselves in this set. I mean, of course, there's still some more minifigs I wish they put in instead of others, but honestly, on that, that's like my biggest gripes with the set. And there's a tiny, like, to put all these clear pieces in, there's really like these little pieces where they have like these little like little holes in them, like it's like a plus hole in them to actually stick them in, but that's like such tiny nitpick stuff. Honestly, there's no real actual cons with this set at all. Honestly, I don't think there's really any problem with it. It just looks so good, and having all this together and just have all this, it looks amazing. It looks so good. I can't believe I almost didn't even get this set. I think that was almost going to be a missed opportunity because it's such a good set, and even if you don't even like Marvel, it's still just a good set. Even like the Avengers specifically in Marvel, it's still a good set to get because it just looks so darn good. Like, seriously, how could you not get this? I mean, just look at it. So I obviously really like this set. I think this is definitely one of the best sets that Lego's released. And yeah, it's an expensive set. Yeah, of course, $500, but still, I mean, there's just a lot of there's just a lot of good stuff here. I mean, come on, this set comes with technically 29 minifigs, but if you want to be honest, it's 29, but technically 31. Even though I only count some of those as minifigs, but still, it's just so many minifigs, so many great things here. I mean, honestly, I'd say, yeah, I would recommend getting this and picking this up if you had any, doubts about it. I'd say definitely get it. Definitely get it. I mean, it just looks so good. Finally, I reached the final thoughts, and I know I've been talking for a very long time. This is like the longest video I've ever made on the channel in one go. So we're in the end game now. All right, final thoughts. I think this set is amazing. I think it's one of the best sets Lego has ever released, and honestly, ever, because it's just so good. It's so perfect. I mean, this whole set looks so good. All the curvature, all the detail, everything, all the minifigs. It's so good, so good. The score I'll give it a 9.3. I think it's really up there. It's definitely like one of the greatest. It's one of the best. Like, honestly, though, my only real problem is that just because they didn't include some minifigs like Bruce Banner, or I think they should have put a little less Chitauri. Should have put like, they have Ultron. I think they should have put like the Iron Legion in, or since they had Scarlet Witch, they had like Quicksilver in there. Since they're gonna do that, I think they should have put a few more minifigs in here. But other than that, I think the set's really good. I seriously recommend anyone who hasn't gotten it definitely to get it, because it is such a good set. It's such a great display, and it's not too difficult to pick up. I mean, I picked it up a few times. It's pretty lightweight actually, so that's really good. So you don't have too much trouble with picking it up, because it's like, once you pick it up, it's like, oh wow, it's actually pretty light, because mostly because all the rooms are kind of hollow, so it makes it easier to pick up a bit. But yeah, like I said, definitely recommend getting it. Do pick it up. And that will finish my review of this very long review of this set. And before I go, I want to quickly say thank you all so much for 200 subscribers. I know I reached that a little bit before, and it's now a little bit above 200 subscribers. But still, this was supposed to be the 200 sub special. I know I'm super late to it, but I'm now here to finally finish it, and no, finish it to finally actually do the first video of 2024 finally on the channel, and hopefully it was worth the wait. And seriously, I thank you all so much. I didn't think I was gonna get 200 subscribers. I was like, I'm probably not gonna get there, but the fact that I did, and the channel is still climbing, I'm just a loss at words here, because it's just an incredible feat to reach, and I really do thank you all. Really do appreciate it. Like, seriously, it means the world to me. And with that, now I'm done. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel and comment down below wherever you like, how you think about this set, because I read every single comment. And I will now finally bid you all adieu.